Hello. This is Sherry with Sherry's Painting Pad, and today we are going to draw and color with our crayons this fox. How cute and fun is that? Okay, so what we're going to start off with, I'm going to get my black crayon, and what I want to start off with, I'm going to come right here. I'm going to find the center of my paper. I'm going to come up just a little bit, and I'm going to do a little black circle right here, and I'm going to go ahead and let's color in that little black circle, okay? So I'm in the center of my page, up just a little bit above the center of my white paper, okay? Just a little bit above that. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do is we're working on our fox's head actually, okay? So the next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to come over on this side of my little round black circle, and I'm going to go out diagonally out, okay? Can you guys see that? I came here at the bottom of my little black circle, and I went diagonally out and up. Diagonal means it's going at an angle. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing to this side. I'm going to come right here from the bottom of my black circle, and I'm going to go diagonally up. See how I did that? All right. Once I've done that, I'm going to come over at one point, and I'm going to curve it to go to the other point. You see how it's just a curve to going from one point to the other. All right. I'm going to come up here on this tip here, this side, and I'm going to do a half moon right there, and then I'm going to go in the opposite direction, and I'm going to do another half moon in the opposite direction. Come over to this side. I'm going to do a half moon, and then I'm going to go in the opposite direction with another half moon. Once you've done that, you guys just drew your fox's head and his two little ears. How cute is that? All right. Now I'm going to come down again to this little black circle right here, okay? And this is his cute little nose. I'm going to come right here from the center of that black circle, and I'm going to do a big half moon, going just a little bit over halfway of that line, okay? Then I'm going to come over here to this side. I'm going to do the same thing, a big half moon coming over here. Very good, very good. All right, friends. Now we're going to get into where we need to draw his body, okay? So this is going to be really long shaped, really long. So I'm going to come over here just halfway on this eye, and I'm going to curve this down just like that. Curve it down. Now, if you take note, I did not go all the way around, did I? Okay, nor did I go all the way to the bottom. We have to leave room for his feet, okay? I'm going to come over to this side, and I'm going to do the same thing halfway in that eye, and I'm going to curve it all the way down to right here. Now, again, if you take notice, I have a gap in between here, okay? That's there for his little feet. Once I have that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to come here and I'm going to do one long oval. Just like that. You see that long oval right there? All right. Next to it, I'm going to do another long oval. Okay? Right there. Now, at this point, if you have any space in between, you can go ahead and close up those gaps because now his feet are there, okay? All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do his little belly area. So I'm gonna come over here on this side of the feet, and I'm gonna do a half circle right there. Very good, you just drew your fox's belly. All right, now we have to draw his tail, okay? So I'm gonna come right here where the body connects to the feet, right here. And I'm gonna curve this line up until I do it. See how I kind of curved it up and went out and come back in. Again, I came out here, I curved it up, curved, and then went to right there, okay? Now, at this point, I'm gonna take this tail here and I'm gonna bring it all the way back down to get to those feet, okay?
You take your call, meet me there.
All right, and then I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna do some zigzag lines right there, okay? Zigzag lines. Very good. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I need to create a difference between the sky and the grass. So I'm going to create a line here to separate that. And then I'm gonna come across and I'm gonna create a line, okay? You guys just drew your fox. Good job, good job. I tell you what, while we have our black in our hand, let's go ahead and let's color his feet black. Okay? All right, friends. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my green crayon, and this bottom part here, I'm going to color for grass. Now, if you look right here, there's a space in between his body and his tail that is also grass. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to color that part in green, okay? That way I don't get it confused with anything else. All right? Once I have that part colored in green, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the rest of my bottom part here in the green, okay? And if you see what I'm doing, I'm coloring around the outline of my drawing, just like I did previously before in other videos, so that then once I have that done, I can just kind of come in here like really crazy and go to coloring. Turn that around so I can get to that better. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all just a moment to finish that part up, okay? All right, friends. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to get our white crayon. I know it seems silly that we're going to paint white. I mean, we're going to color white on white paper, but we're going to do it, okay? Some things we just do because we got to do it, all right? First thing I want us to color white is, see this little tip part right here of his tail? The very top part of it? We're going to go ahead and let's color that white in. That's nothing else. It's just for the texture of the crayon. If you pull some of that black in with it, it's totally fine. Then I'm going to come in and I'm going to do this part of his belly, okay? This part of his belly. And you may or may not be able to fully see it, and it's okay if you can't. Just do the best you can with it. I understand we're coloring white on white, and that can sometimes be a little hard. But the reason we're going ahead and we're doing that is because when you run your hand across it, you want to be able to feel the same texture of the rest of it. Okay? All right, once we've done that, the next area that we're going to do white is going to be these two sections right here, which is for his eyes, okay? So we're going to go ahead and let's color that in white. And again, if you pull in some of that black and you get little marks into your eye or whatever it is you're painting white, don't worry about that. To me, honestly, that gives it more definition. I actually really like that because it kind of breaks it up a little bit instead of it looking like it's just plain white. So like I said, I actually kind of like that a little. All right. So the next thing I want us to do is let's go ahead while we finish that, since we've done that part, let's get our black out again and let's go ahead and do our little black eyes. That way we'll be done with the black completely, okay? So right here in this one right here, I'm going to do a black circle in the center of that part there, okay? Kind of see how that is? Very good. Do the same thing over here, a black circle, and then I'm going to fill it in. Okay? There we go. Very good, my friends. Very good. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do our fox's fur on his actual body, okay? Now, foxes, they call them red foxes, brown foxes. I think there's even some white foxes out there. But anyways, I think that's up in like Alaska and Canada. But we can do between a red or a brown. It's completely up to you. If you have a crayon that's kind of like a reddish brown, I would probably go with that versus the other, okay? I'm going to use the color chestnut, all right? So I'm going to come here and I'm just going to start coloring this in. You see on his tail, right here up underneath the white part where we paint it white, I'm going to color the bottom part of his tail from here all the way to his feet in this chestnut. But like I said, if you may not have a reddish brown color. You may either have a red or you may have a brown, or you know what, you may have a little bit of an orange. Either one of those colors will be perfectly fine to color in your fox with. All right, next thing we're going to do is I'm going to come up here on my head and I'm going to color in his ears. Both ears. Very good. He's going to be so cute. I think he needs a name. I think since I'm going to using the color chestnut for his fur, I think I'm going to call him Chester. I think this one's going to be Chester. All right. So now I'm going to do his head, but just this part here on his head is going to be in this color, okay? Oh, Chester, you're going to be so cute. And And to just think you guys drew this yourselves. You should be so proud of yourselves. He's adorable. All right, so I've got Chester's top part of his head done. All right, so the next thing we're going to color on Chester is going to be this big area here, okay? This big area here. We're not going into the belly part, just this area here. Now, if you ever decide you want to try this again at home, you can with markers. You can do it with markers, you can do it with crayons, you can do it with paint and a brush. You can do it any way you want to. It's so fun to try different types of ways to color stuff in. I'm going to give you guys just a moment to finish that part up, okay? All right, guys. The next step we're going to do, this is going to be the last step that we have for this one, is this top part coming around here. All of this background here is going to be blue for our sky, okay? Now, we're not getting into Chester's body or his eyes or even the white part of his tail, just in the sky. All right? And you can use any color blue that you have that you want to use for that. You guys did such a good job drawing this out. I bet they look fabulous. You're going to have to think of a name for your little fox. Isn't that adorable? I really like this color blue that I've got in my hand. However, I think once I get him colored out, I'm probably going to come in and add another blue just to kind of darken up the sky a little bit. And if you want to do that, you can, just to give it more definition and add in some shadowing. All right, so while you guys are finishing up with painting in, I'm sorry, I keep saying that, with coloring in your blue background, I'm going to come in with a darker blue as well and just kind of put that in there, just in areas, different areas. I'm not going to fill it in like I did with my other one. Because I really liked the first blue, but I just want to make it a little darker. All right, my friends, that is it on that front, and we have an adorable fox. Now I'm going to show you the picture and look at our inspiration picture compared to our picture that we drew. Isn't that adorable? I love it. All right, well, you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you.